News that's coming in, the major crackdown is taking place on the Baloch protesters, and this is being done by the Pakistani army. Women and children attacked by Pakistani forces. Peaceful protesters have been detained by Pakistani army. Protesters have been dragged, detained and later arrested. This is the latest which is coming in from Pakistan now, a crackdown on Baloch protesters, and this is being done by the Pakistani army. Women and children have now been attacked by Pakistani forces. People who were peacefully protesting have now been detained by the Pakistani army. Visuals that you are seeing on your screens coming in from Pakistan now. The Pakistani army was on the ground, and they have now, first of all, they made sure that all those people who had gathered in large numbers, those people flee from the spot, and now major crackdown on Baloch protesters is being done by Pakistani army. My colleague Shivani is now joining me on the story. Shivani, we can very clearly see a crackdown is being done on Baloch protesters by Pakistani army. Women, children, all of them who were on the streets, they have been attacked by the forces and detained.
Ashwarya, this was a sit-down that was happening. The Baloch rebels, or you can say the protesters, they were sitting there. They were protesting since last 2 days, and today early morning around 5:30 a.m. security forces, they carried out a brutal pre-dawn raid on the sit-in. Baloch women, children and the protesters who were sitting there peacefully, they were subjected to extreme violence. That's what we can also see in these visuals. And the authorities also forcefully seized the dead bodies. Yesterday it was reported that 3 protesters were dead in the firing that took place yesterday. And these 3 dead bodies were also seized by the Pakistani forces. And the protesters, they had planned to offer a funeral prayer for these protesters who had lost their lives. But the Pakistani forces did not let them do so. They had gathered there for a protest, but we can see in these visuals how the brutal crackdown happened by the Pakistani forces on the Baloch protesters out there in Quetta.
Thank you, Shivani, giving us those details. Now the Pakistani army is cracking down on protesters who are protesting. Baloch protesters have now been detained by the Pakistani army.